Hi, people. We are here in Lexington Parkway here in St. Paul. Because of this building right here, if you look up there on the third floor in the corner there, I believe, I'm not quite sure about the exact department, but this is where, in St. Paul, this is where Mary Evelyn Billy Freschetti, Dillinger's girlfriend, lived. John Dillinger's girlfriend. March 31st, 1934, around 10:30 a.m., the two, along with Homer Van Meter and John Dillinger, were involved in a shootout with two FBI agents and local police detectives. During this exchange of fire, Dillinger was wounded in his leg and escaped to the clinic of Dr. Clayton E. Mays in Minneapolis. Now, the two moved into the Lincoln Court Apartments here at apartment 303 on March 19th, 1934, so that Dillinger could recover from gunshot wounds he received a week prior in a bank robbery in Mason City, Iowa. So he was a busy guy. The two registered as Mr. and Mrs. Carl P. Hellman. The building owner, Daisy Coffey, became suspicious of the couple almost immediately. The FBI had staked the building out the night before. Dillinger, after fleeing and being shot, went to the back door of Dr. May's clinic at 1835 Park Avenue in Minneapolis. He treated Dillinger for the next 4 days as the bullets passed right through his leg, giving him injections of anti-tetanus serum and bandaging the wound. On May 4th, Dillinger and Frechette left Dr. May's office in the same Hudson sedan that they arrived in and headed for a family reunion in Mooresville, Indiana. Now, coincidentally, this alley right here. Now, if we walk down here a little ways in this alley up here on the left, there should be a 3-car garage where Dillinger's girlfriend, Frechette, pulled that Hudson from that they got away in. And now St. Paul, you know, the history of St. Paul, between 1900 to the late 1930s, the Twin Cities was a haven for organized crime. In particular, gangsters flocked to St. Paul in part due to the O'Connor Layover Agreement, instituted by John O'Connor shortly after his promotion to chief of police. On June 10th, or 11th, 1900, the O'Connor system allowed criminals to remain in St. Paul under three conditions. They had to check in with police upon their arrival. They had to give a portion of their earnings to the police department. While in St. Paul, they couldn't commit any crimes, though Minneapolis was fair game. Wow. Now, the prohibition of alcohol from 1919 until 1933 also contributed to the rise of St. Paul as a magnet for gangster activities. The Volstead Act banned manufacturing and sale or transportation of alcoholic beverages. The closing of breweries and distilleries resulted in the rise of bootlegging in St. Paul, and St. Paul became known as one of the wettest cities in the nation. During this time, well-known criminals such as John Dillinger, Babyface Nelson, Machine Gun Kelly, the Mal Barker Carpus Gang, and even Al Capone spent time in the Twin Cities. The arrangement lasted for almost 40 years, finally ending with widespread corruption, forcing crusading local citizens and the federal government to intervene. So not surprising. I mean, you got too many people coming here, you know, hiding out, and they're all, you know, hardened criminals and gangsters and killers. I mean, something's going to go wrong, right? But it would have been right there where Dillinger and Freschetti lived. They got into that shootout, and she came down here to 1123 and pulled that Hudson sedan out. Now, they stated it was a 3-car garage, and if you look at one time, there might have been a third door there. So this is it. This is where Billy Frechette would have pulled that Hudson sedan out, where they made their getaway. Right here in this alley. And it was just right down from the building that they lived in. Now, they lived in apartment 303. My grandmother, in fact, worked in the Wabasha Caves here in St. Paul, and there was bars down there during the 30s and Prohibition and all that. And she knew and had served a lot of these gangsters. And she said we all knew who they were, but they came up here and for the most part kept their noses clean. For the most part, but we all know that didn't last long. But yeah, this is it. And she would have came out that back door right there. And this is also where they were with another guy, Homer. And Homer ended up dying later that year in 1934 in a shootout with police off of University Avenue in St. Paul. But she would have came out that back door there. Came down here. And went right down there to that brown garage. So yeah, folks. I just thought I would do something a little different for once, you know. This isn't horror related, but in a way. I mean, John Dillinger was public enemy #1. So yeah, it's believed he lived on that 3rd floor in the corner, I think it was. So yeah, here we are from St. Paul. John Dillinger's hideout for a brief time here in St. Paul. They're now called the Lincoln Court Apartments. But yeah. All right, people. Take care.